live on Facebook and YouTube.
What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Come right back. How's Instagram going, James?
Wait a second. And
All right, beautiful. All right, so let's rock and roll. James,
Nick,
what are we going to talk about today?
I really want to know how you got that ingrown hair on the side of your head.
I don't know, but it hurts bad, so I got it out. I think Danny just ripped it back open again. But anyway, let's talk about vision. Let's step away from business slightly and salon ownership, and let's get into the conversation of manifestation, vision, creating the salon or the business that you do want, or the clientele that you want. But I think when people start their business or they go to open a salon and they're trying to figure out what that looks like for them, one of the things that I like to start somebody with their focus in the area they should really be paying attention to is fast forward your life. Like, bring it to when you're 90 years old and you're on your front porch of your house and you're sitting there reflecting on your life, thinking about all the experiences and memories that you have. And what are they? Like, think about everything you wish to have accomplished and you experienced, and the life that was like the best life you could actually dream of. Think of all those memories that you created. Then bring yourself back to now and make them happen. And I think that when you start making decisions from the perspective of the things you want to experience in your life, it changes the actions that you're taking now. Because too many people just kind of get stuck in this day-to-day routine of what they think they should be doing based on someone else's opinion of what is successful. And I think it's not going to make you happy. I think that's why a lot of people are frustrated with their business. They're frustrated. They don't know what decision to make. They are living someone else's expectation of what a salon or what a business or what a clientele looks like. And you're taking advice from people who never had the dreams that you had or the vision that you had. And so when you take their advice and you're not clear on what your goals are and what it is you want from this life, you end up 10 years on the road really unhappy. And that's something that I hope that everyone's listening to right now can pay attention to. So if you aren't excited and you're not happy in your day-to-day life right now because of whatever decisions you made in the past and wherever you're at right now, it could all end and you could pivot. You don't have to keep going in that direction if it doesn't make sense to you and it doesn't excite you. And that's the beautiful thing about being a business owner is you have the power and control to change everything in your business if it doesn't make you happy. Because at the end of the day, honestly, the whole point of doing all of this is so you're happy and so you're free. Like, all the money in the world is not going to buy your happiness. I mean, it makes you comfortable. It's much more fun. But if you're not happy, then make some changes. And if you don't know what changes to make, then do what I just said. Fast forward into the future. Put yourself at 80, 90, whatever you can envision yourself, that age you're getting to. Look back and ask yourself, what are the memories that I wish I had created or I hope to create? And then be the architect of your life and organize everything so those memories actually happen. Too many people, I don't think from that perspective. It's going to happen sooner or later. Like, life is going to happen. Time will pass on. And if you think to yourself like, oh, I don't have time for that, I'm too busy, the time is going to pass on anyway. So why not do things that make you happy and go into a direction that you want to head into? So I wanted to talk about that for a second, because I feel like so many people are just unhappy. And you started this business because you wanted to prove somebody wrong, or you didn't like your boss, or you just thought that was the next step to do as a hairstylist or as a barber. And there's a million things you could do. If you're really good at doing hair, you may not be really good at being a business owner. So be really good at doing hair and then figure out something else that excites you and then open a second business that kind of runs itself. The person, if you want to like learn more about that from, follow Cody Sanchez and start learning how to open up laundromats and car washes and boring businesses so you can still make money doing the thing that you're good at. And then you fund these other entities that are just making you cash flow every single month. What does happiness look like to you? What are these memories that you want? Make them happen. So I'm going to make this a shorter show today, James. We're going to jump into some Q&A, and we're going to rock and roll with any questions that anyone has. If you got questions on like mindset, vision, you're not sure like where to bring your business to, or if you're thinking about maybe opening your own business and you're not sure how to align your vision with where you want to go, drop a question in the comments. James will read it off to me, and we'll kick off some Q&A. James, as of right now, any questions in those comments?
No question.
James, let's talk about your vision.
Only been going for 5 minutes, so people are still piling in.
That's cool. What's your vision like?
What's my vision like?
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that.
Why not?
I don't know what it is.
Have you ever thought about like being 90 years old, looking back on your life and the memories you created? Have you taken that perspective before?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
Well, what excites you? What are the memories you want to have? Is it nice cars, Ferraris, concerts, owning an island?
Concerts, owning a Porsche.
Okay.
Golfing, all
Kids?
over the world. I don't know yet.
Why not?
Because I don't.
I mean, do you want kids?
I'm not sure.
Why? What would make you sure?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I genuinely don't know.
So if do you get excited when you see kids?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's cool to be a dad? Like, would you like to bring a life in this planet and like have a greater impact on and have a legacy?
Not necessarily sure.
Because one of the things that I think, honestly, having a kid changed my whole entire life, and having two, and you live for somebody else, but now all the decisions that you make, somebody else is gonna either reap the benefits of those decisions or have to pay the price from those decisions. So I think having a kid really does make you more mature. It does give you a lot of clarity, especially if you're going to be alone at 90 years old. Like, don't you want family around you, or people, or grandkids?
Yeah.
These are things you could really. I mean,
I'm not in a position to have kids right now.
Well, you could be if you started making some changes, but it's not just about you. That's why it's so important to get into that mindset of like where you want to go with your life, so you can architect everything from now until then. It's really not hard to do. People do it all the time, like manifestation, law of attraction, success statements, but you have to be clear on that vision. So many people have no idea where they want to go. Like, you start a business and you're like, all right, I'm going to start this thing and we're going to hopefully make money. And I don't know, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. That's not a way to run a salon or any business for that matter. But it's also not a way to run your life. You have to be intentional with everything you want. And you can't be casual, especially when it comes to business. When you're too casual when it comes to business, you end up a casualty. And too many businesses fail for that reason. They just had no intention. There was no sense of urgency, and they had no vision. That's where you have to start with. In the program, vision is the first thing we start with. Creating the person that you need to be, and to achieve that vision. Like, it starts with you first. So if you have a team right now, and your team, you can't get the most out of them. Like, you don't feel like they're passionate. You don't feel like your team is like living up to the standard that you thought they should live up to, or you think they should live up to. Like, maybe it's you as the owner. Maybe you don't have a big enough vision that excites them. So maybe as an owner, it's time that you revisit your vision and revisit where you want to take this business to. And if you explain that to your team, it might excite them to a point where they start showing up the way you want them to. I think that's one of the major issues that a lot of owners have is, I can't find good staff, can't find a good team. What kind of owner are you? How big is that vision? How exciting is it? Do you tell them your vision? And if you don't, you should, because they need to know exactly where their ship is sailing to. And if it's exciting to them, you're going to have a team that's motivated to support you and support your vision, because they just want to come along this journey. Not everyone's cut out to be an owner. Some people just want to kind of just come along for the ride. That's awesome. That's not me. I want to be the person at the top of the ship, taking a look at where we're going. But that's why, not everyone is cut out to be an owner, and not everyone's, cut out to just be a stylist. That's why you get that itch. And I think people who get that itch and open up a business, you're opening the business from a perspective of a stylist or a barber or really an artist or a technician, and you have to step in that role of an owner. And then you have to change your whole entire vision. Because if you don't have a vision that's big enough that fits your team's vision in it, then they're not going to stay along for the ride. So, James, any questions hopping into the
method education.
Cool. What is it?
With my vision in a smaller town and all the social media programming on hairdressers these days, how do you build a team that shares the same vision, which isn't the status quo? And how do you get the belief in your vision?
First, you need to have a vision like that you truly believe in and you're passionate about. And the whole thing, okay, everyone pay attention right now, because this kind of always bothers me. Besides this mic bothering me. Every time I speak to somebody in the chats or in person, they always tell me, people who come from a small town, they always like to preface, I'm from a small town. And you do realize, people from a small town, you're speaking to a person on the internet, on social media. So your town isn't small. That's just your own perception of it. The world is big. With the internet, you have access to everything. So get out of the mindset that you come from a small town. If you're the best at what you do, and you put yourself out there on the internet, which is the whole world has access to who you are. If you can do that and you showcase how great your skills are, how great of a leader you are, you're the best at what you do, you run the best salon, and you have this vision and you articulate it very well, and you get excited and passionate when you talk about it, people will find it. And people may move to your small town just to work for you. People flying from all over the world to go work for Gary Vee. So I want everyone out there who comes from a small town, and you think your town is small. It's not, because you have access to the internet, which makes your town just as big as New York City. 100%. If you're the best at what you do and you have a vision and it aligns with that person who lives in Indiana, or aligns with that person who lives in Chicago or Florida, they see you on the internet and you motivate them and move them enough to make a decision like, hey, I'm going to go work for that man or that woman because I love everything they have to say. They may just pick up and move to your small town. So get rid of the mindset of it being a small town. Because look at Jack Martin. I don't know where Jack is from, but people flying from all over the world to get their hair done by him. And his salon in the pictures, it doesn't look like that crazy, but he did it. He put himself on social media. The guy's the best at what he does, and people flying from all over the world to go visit him to get their hair done. Why not you? And then you take a look at Monir or whatever the guy's name is from over there in like Turkey or the Middle East somewhere. Like, he was from over there, like probably a small town too in that area. He's world known now. Guy flies to Europe and he has tens of thousands of people. So stop with the small town conversations. Like, stop with the belief structure of I only come from a small town. We live in a day and age now where it does not matter. It doesn't matter. I just said it the other day on a podcast with Scott. We were talking about James. What's the kid's name who does toys?
Ryan.
Ryan's Toys. His mom's from a small town.
He's worth $100 million.
Worth $100 million. The kid, his mom started filming him playing with toys years ago. He's like 15 years old, right, James?
12.
12 years old, worth $100 million from a small town too. So don't put the limitations on yourself, because anything is possible today. So when you to answer your question a little more directly, if you have a unique vision, tell the world about it, and then show them how that vision is making your dreams come true. And then everybody will tag along who aligns with that vision. James, any more questions?
Yeah, we got a couple.
Cool.
That was awesome. It should be made into a real Mi Amigo.
Oh, nice. Who is that, Mi Amigo? Jenny?
No. Marcia's blends hair.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll make that into a reel. James?
So how do you recommend I create a vision that's both emotionally inspiring and strategically actionable?
Don't worry about the actionable. Don't. Like, I mean, Elon Musk is putting rockets in space. Don't ever think about the how. Think about the what, right? Create the vision so it excites you. It doesn't matter like what it is or how you're going to do it. Just sit down with a pen and paper, maybe a microdose. I don't know. That's for a different podcast. But What I would suggest doing is, if I would work out. No, I'm not kidding on that, but work out. Like, get your blood going, change your state, change your energy, right? Jump around, do jumping jacks. I don't know what you got to do. Go for a walk, get in nature, and start thinking about a time in your life that you were really excited and you're really passionate and you're really happy, just to get like your energy going and you're getting to a good state. That's the most important thing. Then start thinking about all the things that excite you. Start making a list, pen and paper, and a phone, voice memo. It's irrelevant for the medium that you use for that. Then just start saying all the things that excite you. Like, really try and get clear on what that is. Like I just said to you before, go into the future, what are the memories you want to have created. Then go back to now. All right, out of all those things and all those experiences, which one is the most exciting to you? And which one will have the biggest impact on your life if you actually accomplished it first? And then you start there. And then, so what is the next actionable step to make that happen? And sometimes it may not even be you, it may be somebody you have to hire. So it's not how, it's who. So who is the person you have to get around? Who already has achieved this, and what did they do? Success leaves clues. So find the person who has the life that you want, who does the things that you do at the level you want to do it at, and just see what they did. Like, follow them. If you know their number, you have access to them, send them an email, send them a phone call, have lunch with them, talk to that person, right? Most likely, if they're famous or they're a celebrity or they're somewhat famous, you could kind of take a look at their Wikipedia or take a look at a biography, go through someone's Instagram feed, scroll down forever until you get to their first post. Take a look at the things they were doing and just follow it. All you got to do. Success leaves clues. So if they did X, Y, and Z, if you do X, Y, and Z, you're probably going to get the result they had. So that's what I would do. I hope that answered your question. James?
JJ Hair's Alchemy, I think, is in the account.
Yeah. What's going on?
I'm feeling really inspired, Nick. I don't put myself out there much because of fear, but that's hindering me from growing my business, taking notes, and I do have a few questions. Well, what are the questions, my man? And then Corrine Machia, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate this.
No, you guys are welcome. Guys, this is vision, honestly. Like, it starts here. This is not a pitch for the Level Up Academy, but like, I get really clear on vision in the start here section. Like, when we start, we need to get clear on that vision, because if you want to get to a destination, I need to know what that target is, so then I can align your whole entire business for you and help make that actually possible. That's the business side of things, like the leadership, the marketing, how to run a Facebook ad, how to build a Google ad. That's all in the academy. I could teach you all that stuff. I mean, that's simple. But getting clear in your vision.
Alchemy wants to join the live.
Who does?
JJ's Hair Alchemy. Should I send? We got the invite.
I don't have the headphones.
Oh, you don't have the headphones?
Yeah. But yeah, next time we'll get live so you can join if you want. And we'll do it so you can bring up your computer screen. James, we got to work on that for next live. But any more questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
If you have any questions, JJ, put them in the chat. We can get to them here. What are some signs that my team is or isn't aligned with my vision, and how do I get them fully bought in?
Are you fully bought in? That's the most important thing. Are you fully bought in? Are you the person that you need to be to make that vision actually come true and come to life? That's where you have to start. And then what you want to do is sit down with your team, and then you simply ask them what their vision and goals are. Like, if you should know every single one of your team members' visions and goals and be crystal clear on it. And then you take a look at their vision and goals and you explain to them, hey, here's my vision and goal. This is exactly what I want out of the company and out of the salon or out of the barbershop or out of the whatever. And I know this is yours. I can help you get there by doing this, this, and this. Let's do it together. This is why I love the whole independent stylist commission structure, because it allows you the ability to support their vision and they help support your vision. It's more like a partnership and a team atmosphere and a team dynamic between the owner and the other independent members. So first, make sure you're the person you need to be to actually make your vision happen, so you're confident And then when you're that confident, you take that much action, your team sees it and it becomes contagious. And then the next step is find out what their visions and goals are, and then plug in how you have the vehicle to help get them there. And if you could do that, your team will buy in 100%.
Jen Pressman, Nick, you're truly inspiring. You've changed my whole life, my whole outlook on my life since I started working with you for the past year and a half.
I love that. Jen's a killer. Like, she's one of the best team members. She shows up every day for work. She's a great mom. Honestly, I love having Jen on the team. And she makes all the calls. Yeah, she does it. And she does the things too. Like, she does great hair, but she does the outreach. She makes her clients feel welcome. I love working with Jen. Thank you for that, Jen.
Ooh, this is a good one. Do you have any daily practices that you suggest for staying aligned with your vision?
Oh yeah. I wake up every day. Yeah, I'll show you my phone. So I wake up every day. In my Google Calendar, I have at 4:30 in the morning my event that I have in my Google Calendar right here is I'm going to replace for a hook. All right. So to stay aligned with my vision and who I want to become, this is what I do. Every single morning at 4:30, I have an event in my phone. It is titled, I Will Create the Man I Admire and Give Him to the World. Inside of that event, I have my affirmation, my success statement. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am profiting X amount of dollars per month. In exchange for this, I inspire, coach, and educate salon owners, leaders, and my own team. And I go through my success statement. Inside of that, there's a link that I click and it pops up to a Google form. In that form, I start with thanks and gratitude, a daily money goal. How's my day going to go? Affirmations. Who am I? I ask myself this every single day. Then I meditate and pray. What is my fitness purpose? To me, my fitness purpose, I'll tell you guys what it is I will dance with my daughter at her wedding. I will play with my grandkids as if I'm 25. I will make my son into a warrior, and I will be a warrior myself for my family. It's just what I say to myself. Then how many people do I add value to in a year? 200 million people, because my goal is $200 million. So if I could add value to 200 million people and that produces $1 worth of revenue, I just made $200 million. And I don't do it from the point of making money. I do it from the point of adding value. Then I ask myself, did you read your success statement and affirmations? I click yes. Review your goals now. And then I click yes. So I have all my other goals underneath that. And that is exactly how I start my day and stay aligned. And I also have like my reminders. So I have my to-do list, which is my daily non-negotiables. 100 opens a day. That means I start 100 conversations with people. I close out 3 of those conversations a day. Any tire kickers who say they want to become successful and start a great salon and they want to grow their business, but in reality, they don't. So I close those conversations out to get them out of my DMs. And then 100 minutes of content creation, which you guys are a part of right now. Offer the program to help 10 people, 20 emails collected, move daily, review my goals. So there's a 3-6-9 method where you write your main goal down 3 times in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, 9 times at night. And then I tie in 60 minutes of learning. And that's what I do every single day. And so by reviewing my goals every day, I ask myself in the morning, afternoon, and night, the next thing I'm about to do, is that help me get closer to my goal or take me further away? If it helps me get closer, then I do it. If it helps take me further away, I delete it out of my schedule or delegate it to somebody else. And this is every day. It's hard with the distractions out there. Like, you could open up your Instagram to post a piece of content, and 3 hours later, you're in a doom scroll. Like, maybe not 3 hours, but so it's important that you always have a way to realign your vision. And if you don't use technology to your advantage, then you're wasting it. So use the alerts, use the reminders in your phone, use technology to help you stay on the course of where you need to be. And every day, if you look at your goals of, hey, I want to make X amount of dollars per day, per week, per month, per whatever, and you're not hitting it, you're not taking the steps necessary, you have to really sit down with yourself and have a conversation. And the most important thing is just fucking discipline. Be disciplined. Everybody has ADD right now. Like, I was literally listening to an audiobook yesterday on the E-Myth, right? I'm in one of their programs, and it was talking about setting your goals and on business systems. And it's really good too, by the way. And I'm involved in it. And then a Tesla drove by me, and then I'm like, oh, a Tesla, Elon Musk. Then I call James. Literally, like, you guys think you have ADD? Like, no one has the level of ADD that I have. So it affects everybody. So the thing that you have to do is just be disciplined, and then revisit your goals every single day. If you could read your goals every single day and truly envision it and see yourself achieving it, magic happens. And then things start happening in your life. People start entering into your life for a reason. And then every obstacle that comes in your way, you could magically turn into an opportunity. And that's when life gets really fucking cool, when you start doing that. So yeah, make sure you set yourself up with your iPhone or iPad, or put a notebook next to your bed, where every day you wake up and write your goals down. And then before you go to bed, you write them down. And if you start that habit, things start aligning for you.
Aaron Porter, what's up, Devil Dog?
What's up, Devil? Guys, shout out to Aaron Porter. Aaron is a strength and conditioning coach for a lot of UFC fighters. He was part of the Buddha Sport team back in the day. Aaron's crushing shit out there in Colorado. If you guys want to get really in shape for your next UFC fight, check out Aaron Porter, or anything for that matter.
A lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people in the chat are getting ready for a UFC fight, Nick.
Aaron was a good dear friend of mine. He still is, but I don't see him as much. Obviously, I'm in Jersey. He's in Colorado in the Marine Corps. And he's one of those guys that I'll love forever. Aaron, I love you. Thanks for jumping into the live. We got to catch up too. A lot of cool shit going on.
Another good question. Nick, as a coach, how do you help clients walk through fear or self-doubt when manifesting big goals?
What needs to be true about who you are in order to make that goal happen? Like, give me the biggest goal. What needs to be true about who you are or who you surround yourself with? And then typically what I ask is, has anyone else in the world done it before? Like, has anyone else in the world done $1 million out of a salon? Yeah, a lot of people have. What's different about them than you? And then you start taking a look, like, every single person's the same. We're all human beings. We all have 24 hours in a day. And I help them figure out, what are the stories they're telling themselves about what they're capable of, and where do those stories come from? So either you think you're either they're overconfident and they think that they don't need to do anything, like take action, or they're underconfident and like, I'm not capable. I come from a small town. That happens to them, but not me. There's a book of lies that everybody has in their subconscious or their conscious that they keep revisiting. And what I help them do is go back to that book of lies and find out who wrote that lie, first off. And then, is it true? Probably not. What needs to be true about who you become in order to put that lie to bed? And then what's the next step you're going to take to get you closer to that goal? And typically that's how I unpack that. It's just a lie. Like, anyone's capable of anything. Honestly, if there's a reality TV guy who also built skyscrapers that magically became the president, not once, but twice, I mean, almost anything's possible. That's pretty wild. Well, I don't care where everyone stands politically, but there's some crazy shit happening in the world. Like, I mean, give me, like, the kid Ryan's toys, $100 million. Think about, like, all in our industry too, specifically. Think about the opportunity from starting a product line. Look at the guy who fucking started when at QVC. Think about Kylie Jenner. She's the youngest billionaire off of lipstick. Think of Brad Mondo. Think of Carly Bible. Think of all these people in our industry who have reached heights of success, all from being in the beauty industry, whether it be makeup, whether it be hair, whether it be Guy Tang doing crazy colors, doing some weird shit right now. I don't know what he does, but he sings or something. Like, we have YouTube, we have Instagram. Like, there's nothing that's impossible, especially in a $1 billion industry like we're in. So I help them really connect with who the person is that has the dreams and goals that already achieved in their life, and then take a look at that person. Are they any different than you? No, they're not. The only thing they're doing differently is the positive reinforcement with self-talk, and they're taking action. There's a million ideas that happen every single day, and only a few people actually take action on them. And don't get distracted with all the good ideas that come into your head. Just pick one and then go wholeheartedly into it. And once you make enough money with that idea, you can delegate the roles to, then you go on idea number 2. But that's what I do. So if you guys want to DM me grow, we can get into a conversation to see if I'll be a good fit for you and you're a good fit for the community. And then I'll send you out an invite and you could join the community.
Well, I think you're going to want to, this is another good question. You're
All right.
probably going to want to do that after
Yeah.
this question.
All right, cool.
What are some examples of salon owners you've coached who manifested next level success, and what did they do differently?
All right. So Chantel is up 42% after working together for 2 or 3 months. That's amazing. Demetra, I don't want to throw her numbers out there, but it's a 6-figure number in 1 month with her hair brand that she did. We've been working together for 6 months. Tiff's crushing it with her hair brand. I mean, she's going to be a global hair extension company. These are salon owners who actually started creating their personal economy. So Tommy doubled his revenue in a few short months. I mean, the list is, the wins are go to my page. The second pin post is a bunch of people I work with. I have a ton of testimonials. But James, rephrase that question too, so I can finish it.
What did they do differently?
Honestly, they just followed the program. That's all they did. Like, this is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. You have a service or a product, you become the best at that service or product, you sell it for money, and then you create raving fans so they tell everyone about it. You do marketing so it shows your product and service to the world. You collect the attention, they come into your world, you cut their hair, you color their hair, you sell them a shampoo. It's basic. Just be the best at it. And so there's obviously some strategy behind how you run a Google ad or a Facebook ad, a retargeting campaign, how to set up your Google business page so you actually come to the top of that Google listings. There's a way to structure your website the right way. All of that is in the program. I'm willing to bet that this is the best program on the planet for salon owners because of the depth that I go into, from a social media standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, to an AI standpoint, to a technical standpoint, for taking an owner who's fully booked and oversubscribed and teaching them how to buy back their time and build their team so now they can step out of the business and really grow it. That's what we do. That's what we do different here. And then you have a whole community of people to help support you on this journey. So if you have a problem with, like, hey, I got a problem with Mevo, where are the reports at? Well, guess what? You drop that question in the community and 15 people are using Mevo. And they're like, hey, this report's located here. It's just, there's nothing like it on the planet. So if you guys want to be part of that, just drop the word grow, not in the comments. Go to my DMs and DM me the word grow, and we'll make it happen. Because the reason why I really started doing this is because it's not that hard. You just need a little bit of guidance and a little bit of direction. And it's nothing mystified about this. It's just a matter of you stepping out of the role of an artist and stepping into the role of the CEO or the entrepreneur. And when you start making decisions from the perspective of the CEO of your company, they're much different than you making decisions from the artist. That's all you need to do. And then obviously the blueprint of how to create the handbooks. I give you the handbooks, how to create the organizational structure, how to create the position agreements, and just how to do everything like a fully sufficient owner is where we connect the dots for you. So you have to learn the language of the marketing, the operations, the leadership, all of that stuff. Once you learn the language, then you can delegate it to somebody else. But that was a good question.
One of my favorite philosophies is, if you want something bad enough, find somebody who already has it and do exactly as they do. Now, Nick might not be the coach for you, but there's plenty of people that have accomplished what you're probably trying to accomplish. And if you knew how to do it, you'd be doing it. So I always recommend finding somebody who already has what you want and follow their blueprint. Nick's got a blueprint ready to go, ready to rock.
Yeah.
You just got to follow it.
The blueprint really is the personal economy. That's the blueprint. It's like, hey, you want to be the best at services? Let's do that. I'll help you get there. Hey, you want another stream of income? You got 2 options: products online or knowledge. If you're the best at what you do, cutting hair or coloring hair, well, guess what? Let's create some kind of a curriculum around it. Sell a course, sell a coaching program, sell something. So you have money flowing in while you sleep off a digital program that you're also using to train your team, right? I teach you the camcorder method. That's in the program. And that's effortless. You're already doing it. Why not make money from it? You already have products on your shelf in your salon that no one's buying. Let's put them online. Create a Shopify store. So now when you wake up, you sold $1,000 worth of product. You sold 1,000 different courses that you have, or 1,000 subscriptions to your plan, or whatever it is that you're doing for the knowledge-based business. And then you have a couple salons that have 100 people working for you, and they're all averaging $2,000-$3,000 a week. It's literally, that's a reality for people. That's my reality. And I'm not the smartest guy on the planet. And I made a lot of mistakes in my career. I just don't get defined by my mistakes ever. Like, they're just lessons that you learned from. So just pick the thing you want and work your ass off until you get there. But too many people, like, you want work-life balance, and you also want to have the Lamborghini and the $1 million salon, but you're not willing to sacrifice anything. So you have to sacrifice. You can't have it all right now. Yes, something has to go. You got to start saying no to every single bridal shower and birthday party and stupid event that your friends are inviting you to. And you have to start doing things that are important for you and for your business, for you to get to that level where you have freedom of your time eventually. You're not going to have it in the beginning. And whoever doesn't stick around while you're doing that, they're not meant to be on your path anyway. That's it. Like, and it's going to be very lonely when you're saying no to everything, because I've been there before. Like, it's very lonely. And it's like, hey, I don't have anyone around me anymore. It's because you're leveling up to a different tier, that you're not ready for the people who are at the $2 or $3 or $5 million salon, like, arena yet. Like, it's just, you're not there yet, but also you're beyond the people making 100 grand a year. You're somewhere in the middle. And so you have to keep on working, because once you get to this level, then you're like, holy shit, this is pretty cool. And then what's going to happen is you're going to outgrow them. And then you're going to get to a whole different facet where now you're at the $10-20 million a year mark. And then that gets lonely, because you're kind of in between that stage where you're not making the 100 yet, but you kind of grew out of the $10 million phase. This happens in life. These are called seasons. And you have seasons in your business. Like, some people going through a winter right now in their business. They're not as busy as they were 5 years ago or 2 years ago. And then some people are in a spring or a summer of their business, things flourishing. Then you got seasons of life. So, like, you may be going through a divorce or a breakup. That's a winter. Things weren't as great as when you first got married. That's a summer. And so when you start taking a look at seasons and start looking at your life of what season you're in and how do you prepare for the next season so you can capitalize on it, life changes dramatically. And that's business, that's your personal life, that's everything. So I think one of the biggest things that changed humanity was the fact that, especially here in the States, like when we first came here from Europe, was we realized that there's seasons. And if you just start planting your crops in the summertime, it's not going to work. So timing's important. Like, when do you take the proper steps and the proper actions? If you do them at the wrong time, right step, right? You're planning, right? You're planting the crops, you're planting the apples or the vegetables and whatever the hell people plant. I'm not a gardener. But if you plant it in the wrong season, you do all the right steps. You do everything the right way. You turn the soil, you plant the seeds, you water it. But if it's in the wrong season, it won't grow. So you got to be very conscious of what season you're in. And so if you're doing the right things at the wrong time, not going to work. So it's important you guys understand your seasons. And I'm going to wrap it up because we got to go live in the community in a little bit. Guys, that was an awesome podcast. James, if there's one more question that excites you to ask me, ask it right now. But if not, then we're going to rock and roll. Anything?
Nothing. But real quick, I just wanted to vouch for Nick. I watched him do this. Me and Nick go way back, and we partied really, really hard in my 20s. Nick was in his 30s, and
that's why I'm not Alex Hormozy or Gary Vaynerchuk, by the way. Like, I'm not on that level yet because I had way more fun than them in my 20s.
All of a sudden, Nick bought his first salon, and Nick, yo, you want to go out? We're doing this, that, and the other. No, I can't. No, I can't. It was always no. Like, I didn't see Nick for a very long time. I'd stop by the salon just to say hi and hang out for a minute, but he was grinding. It was never he never put anything else in front of his success and his goals. And I watched it in real time and in real life. He does.
To give clarity to that, I was living in Jersey City, which is right next to Hoboken, and huge party area. I moved back home temporarily to get away from all my friends. Here's another important thing, guys, for paying attention. For people who are like, what do you do differently? Or how do you get to a place where you're successful, or how do you what's the word I'm thinking of? How do you guarantee success? Change your environment. If all your friends who are around you are fucking up and doing drugs and drinking, and they're not heading the direction you want to go, change your environment. Get away from them. Move out of the house. If you have roommates who don't align with your vision, move the fuck out of the house. If your friends that you're hanging out with aren't doing the things that are required of somebody who wants the dreams that you have, get rid of those friends. Like, you don't have to cut them off. Like, hey, I'm not friends with you anymore. Leave me alone. Distance yourself. Change your environment. That is the one thing that you have control over right now. Change your environment. If you can't physically change it, then you have to drown out the noise to a point where it doesn't, like, someone's negative in your life and they're like, say you're married to them, or it's your mom and you have this big dream and this big vision and you can't get out of the house right now. You can block them out and just change your environment. So as soon as you wake up, put on a motivational video on YouTube, on Instagram. Surround your subconscious and your conscious with only positive stuff. Read positive books until you get to a point where you can physically remove yourself from that environment. You could always control your mind. Sometimes you can't control physically where you're located. I did, so I was able to get out of my environment. And if I didn't do that, I probably wouldn't have been where I'm at right now. It's important that you control your environment. That's huge. If you guys want to think about something, look up the book called A Man's Search for Meaning. It's a book by someone who he was in the Holocaust at one of the concentration camps, and he was able to control his thoughts and his emotions, and he got through it all. And so that's a great book for you guys to read to really master mindset. A Man's Search for Meaning, I believe is the name of the book. But with that said, James, thanks for dropping some love there. Ladies and gentlemen, podcast is on YouTube. So if you're watching on Instagram or Facebook, head over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to this channel right now. If you want more information, go to nickmirabella.com and you could fill out the application. We'll get in a conversation there. But if you're on Instagram, just DM me the word grow and we'll make some magic happen for you and your salon. See you later.